Hi, my name is Heather Feather. I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine, and today's topic is time or money. They tend to go hand in hand. We spend time so that we can get money, so that we can spend money, and then we run out of time because we got to get back to work to get that money so that we can have some time to spend some money. Not a goofy design. It's goofy, everybody. One thing I can say that I'm grateful for is that I've always found happiness to be a really important aim. It's part of having many years of depression and insanity. But we're all a little nuts. We have egos. Egos are crazy. But, all these years that I've experienced depression, suicidal ideation, I don't know, anxiety, whatever. I think they're kind of normatives these days. That's not really how I wanted to spend my time. I did spend a lot of time though, thinking about who I am, who I'm being. Could I have been better in that moment and now? Could I have been better in that moment and now? Could I have been better? Like, my intent has been to be love and form. And it's a good aim. It's an aim I'd recommend for all two-leggeds. The thing is it's important to walk with a lot of grace with yourself when you choose that aim, because you'll find that every day there are little ways in which you don't walk being love and form, or you don't talk being love and form. And those are all these little insipid judgments that creep into our day because the ego loves to label things. So, fundamentally, we are making choices. As adults, we're choosing where our body goes throughout the day, what our consciousness knows based on what we choose to read and focus on and study and look at. We're making choices. And those choices, every choice we make is a choice that is rich with us telling the universe, telling ourselves, telling others, telling the ones we love, this is what I value. There are times when I have to remind myself, because I'm looking at something on my phone, that I value my four-leggeds more than I value the phone, because I actually don't value the phone very much. I often don't want it at all. Like, nah, I don't like this device, because it just doesn't feel as good as leaning against a tree or petting my sweet cat, It doesn't offer as much medicinally, frequency-wise. Good research tool. So we're choosing. And a long time ago, I chose that I wanted jobs that matter to me. I chose to work for nonprofits or corporations that I believe make a difference, that they are difference makers in the world. They're doing something that I believe in. And with that decision, I haven't always had the highest income. I also haven't always had the highest levels of stress. And I've also been well blessed to work with really cool people throughout my life. I've had many former coworkers remain friends to this day. I've been well blessed with being around amazing entities because I choose jobs that are in a neat frequency, and that draws to it entities with neat frequencies. So my time being spent focusing on something that I care about, that matters to my heart, and that being more valuable and more precious to me than the baubles and coins that I could collect in the living tree. Like, I always say, what am I going to do? Make a blanket of gold when I'm dead? Put it over my dead body? I'm not carrying gold to the other side. I'm carrying my relationship with self, and I'm carrying my relationship with others. And that is directly where my evolution work is. If you have spiritual philosophy, if you're atheistic or agnostic, what I'm saying right now might not be for you. But if you follow some level of spiritual philosophy, which I definitely do, I'm on the shamanic path, I would say, for me, this dream time, this hologram, this paradigm called space-time delusion, what I like to call it, space-time delusion, because we're in a delusional space of separation, seemingly, of not here-nowness, even though it's the only place we ever be. We are in this delusional concept that I am me and you are you, and we are separate because you're over there, boo-boo, I'm over here, you're listening to me, having made this video. But subatomically right now, you and I are one. Subatomic particles are made out of 99.999% emptiness. If we round up 100% emptiness, you're empty, I'm empty, that's touching, we're one. So we have unification. What I find is that in our individuation, we have different ways we want to, like, ooh, I like motorcycles. Hey, I love bicycles. I love turtles. Like whatever. I love flowers. Oh, I don't think you should pick flowers, or whatever it is. Everybody's got their own hot opinion on what's cool or what's the neatest thing or what's fun to talk about in this hologram. And that's what you're doing, is you're showing life by the way you spend your time. You're showing it what you value. So questions I ask myself throughout my life are, what job have I chosen? Am I choosing? Am I doing right now? What is my work? What is the quality of my work? I've been well blessed to work for Greenpeace. I've worked for organic food companies like Navitas. I've worked for nonprofits that aid teenagers like Quest Teen Leadership. I have worked for the World Center for Gratitude. I currently work for the Ayurvedic Institute. I have been well blessed throughout my life and continue to create and draw to me jobs that it's just so cool. It's so cool to be there. Like right now, I'm learning about Ayurvedic medicine. It's so powerful. It's so potent, so cool. And so I'm grateful to get to have my consciousness chew on the fruits that bear seeds that offer greater fruits in my living tree in the future because of where my attention is. So one thing I think about, one thing I'm inviting you to think about is, what is the work that you do? I've met a lot of two-leggeds. They do not like what they do at all. And you have options. You do have options. And so you can consider that. My mom applied for a job with a real estate company. It said right in the ad, do not come to our office, blah, blah. She just didn't. She just went to the office anyhow because she was she's a very loving and happy and warm and generous lady. And she felt like if they met her spirit, they would hire her. And she worked there for over a decade because they did hire her. So, we have to have a higher thought about where we're headed. A lot of people, I think they stop themselves from getting where they want to be and spending their time in the way they want to because there's all this storyline around, I can't do that. I have that storyline. I'm not college educated. I've had some college, but my parents were dead when I was in my 20s, so I have to put myself through college. But shamans don't need a college degree. So fundamentally, it didn't matter that I didn't get one of those and I don't have that debt. So yay. And in the interim, I still was able to do many things, hold executive assistant positions, do many things without that degree. I've had many, many jobs. I've been well blessed in that department. In that same vein, we exchange our time, our precious attention, our precious mind, our precious awareness, our evolution, the thing that I believe we are here to do, evolve our awareness towards more love in every moment of now, more of what we actually be showing up in the living tree. And a lot of the ways we will spend our money doesn't really match what we value. For example, you may go to Starbucks all the time and get coffees. And every time you do that, you're using a paper cup. It's not great for the earth. You're using a paper cup holder. You're using a plastic lid. When you could create a situation where you have a French press or some home situation where you make yourself a beautiful latte. I make lattes all the time. I use my NutriBullet. I blend it up. I put cinnamon on top. Ooh! And I put the love into this drink that I'm going to enjoy. Doesn't mean I never buy a latte, but when I do buy a latte, I don't go to Starbucks. I go to a local cafe. I go to a local coffee shop because I want to support a local business. I want it to make a difference that individual people chose to create a business. So I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying that's a thing to do, but one of the things to consider is how you're spending your money. Because as you spend it, you're going to find you're going to have less time because you're going to need to get back to work to get more of it because you spent it. So this past month, I've had a Samsung J7 forever. This past month, I shattered it after dropping it thousands of times. Everybody was a tough little sucker. And I got a new phone, and it was a $150 phone because Heather doesn't spend the equivalent of 5 car payments on a phone because I value my time more than I value. I have a smartphone. It cost $150, which is, by the way, expensive. It has a better camera than my old phone that I had for like 7 years. And good. It works. I can make phone calls. I can take photos. I can make videos for my business. Good enough. I don't need to exchange, like my car payment's $205. I don't need a $1,000 phone. That's 5 car payments. So let me make those 5 car payments. Let me have more of my time to go to mountain, to paint this painting, to talk to my friend, to dive in. Maybe I could get a part-time job and have fewer needs and have less that I want from the living tree. Because every decision I make to have the latest technology, the latest thing, if I'm somebody that is working out there in the job market in order for myself to have those things, then I'm exchanging my time and my attention. So the first thing I'm saying is to make sure that the job that you're doing is a job that you want to place your attention on. And the second thing that I'm saying is the thing you're spending the money from that job on, make sure that's something you really value, because it's in the web. It's in the collective consciousness. I got to get that new iPhone. It's even in one of the hip hop songs I listen to. You know, it's like, I got to get that new iPhone. I gotta have the latest iPad. Now I need my phone to be a watch. Now, go ahead and put a chip in my brain. Let's go. I need the next thing. And it's like, okay, maybe slow your roll. Have you considered going and like staring at a bird and watching a river move? Instead of like making sure you're caught up on all the latest technology, they're tools. You know what I mean? I don't need the fanciest hammer to get a nail in a wall. I need a hammer, or like a rock would work and it's cheaper. So we can evaluate not only what we're spending our money on, is it something we truly value, but we can make new choices. If you go to a thrift store and you are vegan, you can go buy leather because that cow is dead. It's been dead. You're not supporting a new dead cow. But you could buy and use leather products because you're not contributing to more death. I mean, it depends on why you've chosen that path. But it also, when you go to a thrift store, you are contributing to fewer, like reducing, reusing, recycling. That means fewer trucks out there shipping new products to new places, fewer resources from the earth being stripped so that, petroleum doesn't just make gasoline, you guys. It makes plastic products, all kinds of them, and we're buying them left and right. And I'm talking about myself too. Heather likes a new thing too. I'm like, oh, I like this packaging. Or, good Lord knows I bought a Ganesha today. I love Ganesh. Bless you, Ganesh. Remove my obstacles. And I'm aware. I have an awareness every time I buy something new that I'm consuming more resources rather than being patient and using the resources that have already been utilized here to create products, to take less from the earth. So one thing you can do is just evaluate what type of shopping you're doing. Is it just keeping up with the Joneses? Do you want to keep up with the Joneses? Are the Joneses even making good choices? I don't know. I don't really. And then also, what are you paying money for? I had a ton of money when I got internet finally because I'm so 1912, and I got Hulu, and I got some HD. I don't know all the terms because Heather's not with the time. She might as well be standing on rocks in the river. But I got this fancy version of Hulu or Netflix. I don't even remember what it was, and it cost more money. And then I was like, why am I paying for this? I don't even care about this. I don't even want to watch TV. I don't want to be watching this. Okay, I'm trying to paint this painting. I'm trying to get over there and have this hobby. I'm trying to study this thing. I want to read this. I want to write this class. I want to create a magical college. I want to make a difference. I want to make sure that I'm loving myself. I want to make sure that I'm having fun and I'm having a good time and I'm enjoying my life. Because I think that is the thing that we came to do, is to have fun. I think we all innately love, and love loves joy, and it loves to enjoy life. And that's what I'm always checking in with myself about. And I wanted to offer you to take a moment to meditate with me too. Do you enjoy your life? Is there anything you need to change? Do you need to lower your insurance payments? Do you need to make sure you got the best phone company? Do you need to, just make sure that the way you're spending your money is effective to give you more time, which you definitely deserve to enjoy in this paradigm. You can always subscribe on YouTube, like and comment there. May you use your time wisely. Blessed be.